On your screen you can see matrix A, which is a square matrix for the 2. This matrix has the entries 1, 2, 1 and 3. We have to find the inverse of this matrix. Only square matrices can have an inverse, so for this 2 times 2 matrix it is possible to have an inverse. In case of matrix A, we use A raised to the power of -1 to denote the inverse of A. The inverse of a matrix is a matrix that when multiplied with the original matrix gives us the identity matrix. The easiest way to find the inverse of matrix A is by using the formula which you can see on your screen now. The inverse of matrix A equals 1 divided by the determinant of A multiplied by the adjoint of A, which is also known as the adjugate. Note that for this formula to have a result, the determinant of A cannot be equal to 0. We will now start filling in this formula. The inverse of A equals 1 divided by the determinant of A. As you already know, you can calculate the determinant of A by multiplying the main diagonal and subtracting the multiplication of the off diagonal. In this case 1 times 3 equals 3, minus 1 times 2 which is 2, so the determinant of A equals 1. Therefore 1 divided by the determinant of 1 is also 1. This means that we only have to find the adjoint of A now. Finding the adjoint of A is really easy. We switch around the entries on the main diagonal of matrix A. These are the entries circled in red, so 1 becomes 3 and 3 becomes 1. After that we change the sign of the entries on the off diagonal of matrix A. These are the entries circled in green. This means that 2 becomes -2 and 1 becomes -1. We have now found the inverse of matrix A. We can check if our answer is correct by multiplying matrix A by the inverse of matrix A. If we get the identity matrix, we have found the right answer. We use the standard rules from matrix multiplication here. When we multiply the first row of A with the first column of the inverse, we get 1 times 3 plus 2 times -1 equals 1. When we multiply the first row of A with the second column of the inverse of A, we get 1 times -2 plus 2 times 1, which equals 0. When we multiply the second row of A with the first column of the inverse of A, we get 1 times 3 plus 3 times -1, which equals 0. And lastly, when we multiply the second row of A with the second column of the inverse of A, we get 1 times -2 plus 3 times 1, which equals 1. We have found the identity matrix, meaning that our solution for the inverse of matrix A is correct. That brings us to the end of the video. If this video was helpful, please help me out by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. It is massively appreciated. I'd like to see you back here for another video. See you later!